Have you ever knelt in front of a Buddha statue, pressed your palms together, and realized that every single sentence coming out of your heart is some version of "please bless me"? Have you ever wondered why, even though you have prayed so many times for blessings, peace, money, relationships, health and success, your life still feels strangely stuck, as if some deeper door has never really been opened? Welcome back to this channel. I am glad you are here again, not just to pass time, but to look a little more honestly at how you deal with fate, with the universe, and with your own heart. Here we walk together through awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice and destiny, not as distant theories, but as things that show up in the most ordinary places, including the way we speak when we stand in front of a Buddha. Today we are looking straight at one small but powerful habit when you worship. Do you only say "bless me" and then leave? Because buried in that habit is a huge misunderstanding. Many people think that worshiping Buddha means I go, I light incense, I kneel, I tell Buddha what I want, I ask for protection, I ask for success, I ask for safety. Then, if things go well, I feel Buddha heard me. If things go badly, I feel Buddha ignored me or was unfair. But in the teachings of wisdom, worshiping Buddha is not meant to be a one-way shopping list. It is meant to be a mirror, a training, a meeting between your small self and a vast compassion and clarity. And in that meeting, two words matter much more than "bless me." Those two words are not complicated. They are simple, but they change everything, because they move you from asking to awakening, from grabbing to giving, from helplessness to responsibility. In this long sharing, we will walk slowly through this. We will look at what really happens inside when you only say "bless me." We will tell stories, the person who knelt for years asking for blessings and still felt cursed, the one who added two small words to their prayer and quietly watched their life turn, the mother who changed the way she prayed and suddenly understood her own karma, the young man who stopped asking for shortcuts and started asking for wisdom, and saw his path open. We will talk about what those two words really are in essence: thank you and I vow. Or in other language, gratitude and willingness. We will see how, when you move from "please give me" to "thank you" and "I am willing," your whole relationship with Buddha, with karma, with destiny, and with your own mind shifts. If you have ever felt disappointed after praying, if you have ever walked out of a temple feeling nothing really changed, if you are tired of only begging life to be nicer to you, then this conversation is for you. Imagine a very ordinary scene. It is the first day of the Lunar New Year, or maybe your birthday, or maybe you have some big exam, a business deal, or a relationship crisis coming up. You go to the temple. The incense smoke rises. Bells ring softly. People come and go with folded hands and serious faces. You step in front of the Buddha. You bow 3 times. Perhaps you kneel. Inside, your mind begins to pour out. Buddha, please bless me to pass this exam. Please bless my child to get into a good school. Please bless my business to make more money this year. Please bless me to meet a good partner. Please bless my body to be free from illness. Please bless my parents to live long and not suffer. Sometimes the words move your own heart. Sometimes you are just repeating a habit, barely thinking about it. After a while, you stand up, put the incense in the burner, maybe throw a coin into the donation box just in case and leave. That is it. That is your whole conversation with the Buddha. Bless me. There is nothing wrong with wanting blessings. As human beings, we are fragile. We want safety, health, love, success. It is natural to hope that there is a higher compassion that can support us. The problem is not that we ask. The problem is that we only ask. The relationship becomes like this. I come when I need something. I kneel. I submit a list. I leave. Imagine reading a wise, kind teacher this way. Every time you see them, you rush in, throw a list at their feet. Help me. Help my child. Help my job. help my body, and rush away before they can say a single word back. How much can you really receive from them? Now imagine a different student. They come to the teacher and also ask for help, but they add two more things. They say thank you, and they say I am willing. Thank you for the guidance I have already received. I am willing to correct my own habits. I am willing to act differently. Which student do you think will grow faster? The Buddha is not a machine that dispenses blessings when you press a button of incense and coins. The Buddha is an awakened mirror. When you stand there, the question is not only will Buddha bless me, but also am I willing to be guided, to change, to learn, to participate in my own destiny. This is where the missing two words come in. Let us name them clearly. The first missing word is thank you, gratitude. The second missing word is I vow, or I am willing. At first glance, these look like simple, polite addition. In fact, they change the entire direction of your prayer. Bless me focuses on what you want to receive. Thank you focuses on what you see and appreciate. I am willing focuses on what you are prepared to do. All three are allowed. But if you only have the first one, you remain a child begging at the door, waiting for life to be kinder one day. When you add the other two, you step onto the path of awakening. Let us walk through some stories to see this more concretely. There was a woman named Maria. From childhood, she followed her parents to the temple on big festivals. Her parents always told her, when you kneel, you must sincerely ask Buddha to bless your studies, your health, your future. She did. Before every exam she went, knelt, and said some version of, please, please bless me to pass. Please, I will be good. Just let me pass. Sometimes she did well. Sometimes she did not. When she succeeded, she thought, Buddha blessed me. When she failed, she thought, maybe I did not pray hard enough. Or maybe Buddha did not care. As she grew older, the content of her bless me changed. Bless me to get this job. Bless me that this person will love me back. Bless me that my boss will treat me better. Bless me that my business will not fail. When things went badly, she sometimes stopped going for a while. In her heart she sulked. What is the point? I pray and pray, and life still hits me. Maybe this is all just superstition. One day, after a particularly painful breakup and financial setback, she returned to the temple not out of habit, but out of exhaustion. She knelt in front of the Buddha and began her usual list. Please bless me to get through this. Please bless my debts to be paid. Please bless me to meet someone who will not betray me. Halfway through, she ran out of words. Tears started to fall. For the first time, she noticed how cramped and repetitive her prayers sounded. They were all about me. Me. Beside her, she heard an old woman chanting softly. After finishing a mantra, the woman whispered quietly, thank you, Buddha, for the conditions I have. I know my suffering also comes from my own past action. I am willing to change. Please give me wisdom to see my own faults and courage to correct them. Maria froze. That tiny whisper hit her like a bell. Thank you. I am willing. Those sentences were completely missing from her own heart. She realized she had never once thanked Buddha for anything. Not for being alive. Not for having parents. Not for having a brain. Not for having chances. Not even for the lessons hidden in her pains. She had only ever come to demand a softer script. She also realized she had never once said to Buddha, I am willing to change. She only ever said, please change my surroundings. Change other people. Change my luck. That day, in the middle of her sobbing, she tried something new. First, she looked back over her life, not in denial of her pain, but with a wider view. She remembered all the times when things unexpectedly worked out, the times strangers helped, the times failures pushed her into better paths. Her heart softened a little. She whispered, thank you for the moments when I was protected even without knowing. Thank you that I have lived until now. that I have breath to complain with. There are many people who did not even wake up today. Then she looked at her current mess, the breakup, the debt, the exhaustion. Instead of saying, "Why did this happen to me?" she asked, "What is this trying to show me about my own attachments, my own habits?" She saw that in relationships she often clung desperately, ignoring red flags. In money matters she often chased quick comfort instead of steady discipline. Her tears changed flavor. They were no longer just poor me tears. They were also tears of seeing. She bowed and said quietly, "Buddha, I still wish for help. I still hope you protect me and my family. But I also want to say thank you for the chance to see my own patterns. And I want to say, I am willing to learn, to change my habits, to face my karma instead of only asking you to erase it." That was the first time in her life she added those two missing words. From that day, she still went to the temple and still asked for blessings. But every time, she also included gratitude and willingness. "Please bless my mother's health. Thank you for the years we have already had together. I am willing to be more patient with her while she is still here. Please bless my career. Thank you for the skills and opportunities you have already given me. I am willing to work honestly, to not lie, to not cheat others just to get ahead." Did her life become instantly easy? No. But something deep shifted. She no longer felt like a beggar at the feet of a cold universe. She felt like a student standing in front of a wise teacher, receiving both comfort and challenge. She started acting differently. She stopped asking for a good partner while continuing her old patterns of dishonesty. She stopped asking for wealth while refusing to look at her spending habits. The more she lived her "I am willing," the more her outer circumstances slowly followed. This is the hidden link between worship and destiny. When you only say "bless me," destiny remains something you hope someone else will adjust for you. When you add "thank you, I am willing," destiny becomes something you co-create with the law of cause and effect. Now let us look at gratitude more closely. Why is thank you so important when bowing to Buddha? First, because gratitude is a form of wisdom. A grateful heart sees conditions. It sees that nothing you have is purely yours or purely by your own power. Your body came from your parents. Your education came from countless teachers, farmers, workers, taxpayers. Your job exists because of a network of people. Even the air you breathe is a gift of trees and ocean. When you say thank you in front of the Buddha, you are not flattering a statue. You are acknowledging a reality you are supported by countless visible and invisible causes and conditions. This breaks the illusion of isolation. It's often the ego that says, "I deserve everything. If I do not get what I want, the universe is unfair." Second, gratitude opens the heart to receive. When you stand in front of Buddha only complaining, your mind is tight. There is no space for guidance. When you pause and say thank you, even for small things, your mind relaxes a little. That relaxation is the space where new insights can enter. Think of a child who only whines to their parent, "You never do anything for me. You never help me. You are always unfair." The parent might still love the child, but how easy is it for the child to see that love? Now think of a child who sometimes says, "Thank you for what you already do for me. I still have needs, but I see your care." That child's heart is more open to receive further guidance and help. Third, gratitude transforms how you see your own suffering. When you would thank you even in difficulty, you are not thanking for pain itself in a masochistic way. You are thanking for the opportunity to grow through it. For the fact that your consciousness is meeting this challenge instead of being completely broken by it. For example, you might kneel and say, "Thank you that I can see my arrogance through this humiliation. It hurts, but it reveals something I needed to see." This does not erase the sting, but it gives it meaning. From the perspective of karma, this is huge. If you only respond to pain with blame and resentment, you plant more negative seeds. If you respond with some gratitude for the lesson, You plant seeds of wisdom instead. Over time, this changes what kinds of experiences ripen in your life. Now, what about the second word, I vow, or I am willing? Why is that so crucial? Because without willingness, your prayers stay on the surface. Suppose you kneel and say, "Please bless my relationship to be peaceful." If you do not add "I am willing," you might go home and continue to speak harshly, refuse to listen, hold grudges. You are asking Buddha to put a golden wallpaper over a cracked wall, while you keep hitting it with a hammer. If you add "I am willing," the prayer changes. Please bless my relationship to be peaceful. I am willing to look at my own temper. I am willing to apologize when I am wrong. I am willing to communicate instead of shutting down. You are no longer just asking for an outcome. You are offering yourself as a participant in the process. Suppose you pray, "Please bless me with wealth." Without willingness, you might still be lazy, dishonest, impulsive in spending. You are asking Buddha to pour water into a leaking bucket. With willingness, you say, "Please bless me with the resources I need. I am willing to work hard, to be disciplined, to use money kindly, to share when I can." Now the blessing, if it comes, has a container that can hold it. This is the deeper meaning of vows and spiritual path. A vow is not just a nice sentence you recite. It is a direction you commit to walk in, again and again, even when it is hard. When you say in front of Buddha, "I vow to be a little more compassionate," you are not promising perfection. You are setting a compass. Every time you are cruel, that compass pricks your conscience. It slowly steers you back. Buddha's blessing is not only may good things fall on your head, it is also may you remember your vow when you are tempted to forget. From the perspective of destiny, vows are like threads that pull you forward. Without vows, karma throws you around more randomly. With vows, you add intentional lines in the pattern. There was a young man named Aaron who often went to the temple to pray for good exam results. He would kneel and say, "Please bless me to pass. Please bless me to get into a good school." He did this every exam season. Sometimes he passed. Sometimes he did not. When he failed, he felt bitter. "I prayed so hard," he thought. "Why did Buddha not help me?" One day, he met an older practitioner who asked him a simple question. "When you pray for exams, do you also vow to study with all your heart, to use your future knowledge to help others, and to accept the result as part of your karma?" Aaron was silent. He realized he was asking for Buddha to fix years of his own laziness, to magically erase the consequences of skipping classes and scrolling on his phone. The older practitioner said kindly, "Buddha has great compassion, but not even Buddha can break the law of cause and effect. Blessing does not mean canceling karma. It means giving you strength, clarity, and good conditions to create new causes. If you really want help, add this: I am willing to put in effort. I am willing to face the truth of my situation. I am willing to accept whatever result comes as fair, and I will keep learning." From then on, Aaron still prayed, but he also studied more diligently. When he succeeded, he thanked both Buddha and his own effort. When he failed, he did not blame the statue. He reviewed his habits and adjusted. Over time, his results improved, not through magic, but through a combination of blessing and willingness. This is how the two missing words quietly rewrite destiny. When you say thank you, you align yourself with reality instead of fighting it blindly. When you say I am willing, you align yourself with the path of growth instead of waiting passively. They turn worship from superstition into practice. Now, some people might ask, if I have to do so much myself, then what is the point of praying at all? The point is relationship. Prayer, worship, bowing, chanting, these are ways of connecting your limited, easily confused consciousness with a greater field of clarity and compassion. You do not go to Buddha because you are helpless and Buddha is a magician. You go because your mind is easily distracted. And the presence of Buddha, the ritual, the posture, all help you remember what matters. You go because alone. You easily drown in your own stories. In front of Buddha, you remember that life is bigger than your current drama. You go because you need reminders. But the reminders only work if you are willing to be reminded. If you bow and then walk out and live exactly as before, nothing much will change. If each bow includes thank you, I am willing, you will naturally start living differently. Let us imagine, very practically, how you could change your words next time you stand in front of Buddha. Instead of only saying, "Please bless my family to be safe," you might say, "Please bless my family to be safe. Thank you for the safety we have already enjoyed. I am willing to be more patient with them, to speak more kindly, to create a peaceful atmosphere at home." Instead of only saying, "Please bless my depression to go away," you might say, "Please bless my mind to become clear and light. Thank you for the times I have survived dark days. I am willing to seek help." To practice, to take small steps instead of giving up on myself. Instead of only saying, "Please bless me to find a good partner," you might say, "Please bless me to meet someone suitable at the right time. Thank you for the chances to learn about myself through past relationships. I am willing to work on my own character, to become the kind of person who can love and be loved healthily." Do you feel the difference? The external ritual is the same. The incense, the bowing, the statue, all the same. But the inner posture has shifted from "use your power to change my life for me" to "please support me as I use my own life to grow in wisdom and compassion." That shift is the moment destiny begins to bend. Because destiny is not only what happens to you, it is also how you respond, what you learn, what you transform inside. The law of karma is not a cruel system of punishment. It is a mirror system. It says, whatever you sow in your thoughts, words and actions will eventually bear fruit. When you only pray without changing anything, you are asking for apples while continuing to plant chili seeds. Of course your mouth keeps burning. When you pray with gratitude and willingness, you begin to plant different seeds. Gratitude plants seeds of future support and connection. Willingness plants seeds of future strength and clarity. These seeds will not ripen overnight, but they will ripen. So the next time you are in the temple, or simply sitting at home with your palms together, maybe try this simple structure in your heart. Buddha, I still have many wishes and fears. I ask for your compassion to protect and guide me. Thank you for the conditions and lessons I already have. Even those I do not fully understand yet. I am willing to see my own part in my suffering. I am willing to change, step by step. Please give me wisdom and courage to do so. If you can pray like this even once with your whole heart, that moment is already a revolution. You have moved from being a victim of fate to being a participant in the law of cause and effect. You have moved from seeing Buddha as a vending machine to seeing Buddha as a teacher and mirror. You have moved from only grabbing at blessings to also learning how to become a blessing. And that, in the end, is the deepest meaning of worship. Not that you get everything you want, but that you slowly become someone who brings more wisdom and kindness into the world. At that point, you may notice something surprising. The more you grow in gratitude and willingness, the less frantic your prayers may become. You still ask for help, but with less panic. You still express your wishes, but with more openness to whatever life brings. You still bow, but more out of reverence than desperation. Your heart becomes kinder, steadier, more spacious. Other people will feel it. Your family will feel it when you stop using Buddha as a weapon. Buddha, please bless my husband to change. Bless my children to obey me. And start praying more like, bless me with patience and wisdom to guide my family. Your colleagues will feel it when you stop asking only for promotions and start acting with integrity because you have vowed to do so in front of Buddha. Even strangers may feel it when you look at them with less judgment and more understanding. Because your worship has reminded you of how small and interconnected we all are. This is how 2 small words, added sincerely, can quietly change the texture of your life. not through dramatic fireworks, but through daily, almost invisible shifts in how you speak, think and act. As we come to the end of this sharing, I invite you to reflect gently. When you worship, what do you usually say inside? Is it mostly a rain of bless me, bless me, bless me? Do you ever say thank you? Do you ever say I am willing? You do not have to feel guilty if you have mostly been asking. All of us start there. It is natural to cry out for help, but now that you see another way, you can choose to step onto it. Maybe tonight, even without going to a temple, you can sit on your bed, close your eyes, bring your hands together, and say quietly, thank you. I am willing. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for the chance to even think about my life. Thank you for every hand that has ever helped me. I am willing to face what I have avoided. I am willing to adjust my attitude. I am willing to be a little kinder, a little more honest, starting with myself. You can still tell Buddha your worries and dreams after that. But lead with these. Let gratitude open your heart. Let willingness open your path. If something in this sharing has touched you, maybe a story felt familiar, maybe one sentence made you pause, I would be grateful if you shared your reflections in the comments. Have you ever noticed yourself only saying bless me? Have you ever tried adding thank you or I am willing to your prayer? And did anything feel different? Is there one area of your life where you are now ready to move from only asking for blessing to also making a small vow? Your honest experience might be the reminder someone else needs tonight when they kneel in front of a Buddha and are not sure what to say. If you would like to keep walking together through topics like awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, practice, and the subtle ways we can reshape destiny from the inside out, you are warmly invited to subscribe to this channel. If this video has brought you even a little clarity or comfort, you can support this space by liking the video, leaving a comment, sharing it with a friend who also worships but feels stuck, or joining as a member so that we can continue to create long, in-depth content for your journey. Thank you for staying until the end, for being willing to look honestly at how you speak to the Buddhas and to your own heart. May you never be afraid to ask for help. May you also never forget to say thank you. May you have the courage to add I am willing to your prayers. And through that, may your destiny quietly turn toward more wisdom, more compassion, and more true freedom.
Every person carries a certain energy. Your focus, your dreams, your purpose. Bracelet is a physical reminder of that energy. Symbol you wear daily that pushes you to stay grounded, balanced, and aligned. If one of the bracelets caught your eye, you can order it through the link in the description and check more powerful styles on our homepage store. Choose the one that strengthens your journey.